They tried to rewrite the ending, but I rewrote the plot. Welcome to Life Twirls On. This isn't just a podcast, it's a production where I get the mic, the mirror, and the last word. The glam is always good and the gossip even better. And today we're asking a very important question. Who really gets to be loved, celebrated, and centered when it comes to the spotlight tourney? Because listen, sometimes the winners aren't the ones holding the trophy. Sometimes the real win is walking away with your head held high, your light unshaken, and the people rooting for you louder than anyone could. All right, it's time for Twirl Talk, where the headlines spin and I spin right along with them. So let's talk about Olandria and Nic from Love Island, USA, or as the internet likes to call them, Nic Olandria. Now, they didn't win the show, but they've absolutely won the people. You've seen them at the US Open, styled to perfection, honey. Their stylist is working overtime. We've seen her sitting front row like the new it girl. Their star power is undeniable. What I love most is that Olandria didn't just play it safe in the villa. She stood her ground. She carried herself with grace and poise, but she never backed down from a good fight, honey. When it came to speaking her truth, she was always vocal about her true feelings. Just like a real housewife, I know. And look at what's happening now. America is rewarding her for it. And let me tell you something. This isn't just about Olandria and Nic. This is about representation. I'm going to say it again. Representation. Because how often do we see dark-skinned women celebrated, uplifted, desired in mainstream media without some asterisk next to their name? I mean, too often narratives is that we don't deserve to be the girl who gets the happy ending. We're instead cast or seen as the best friend, the goofy one, the one that's always making jokes, the one that's not so beautiful and so gorgeous, but her friend is. She can be a sidekick, but not the main character. But Olandria flipped that script. I even told Andy Cohen myself, this girl belongs on Bravo. She is a star. She needs to be a housewife. She needs to be on a show where we can see her week to week and really get to love her even more. She has the brains, the beauty, the wit, and the presence to twirl right into a Housewives cast. Mark my words, you haven't seen the last of her. At least I don't want to see the last of her. Keep it coming. Girl, in the VMAs alone, in that red dress so stunning, and that chocolate skin, hell, didn't she even sell out Vaseline? I mean, we've seen people sell out baby oil, but Vaseline.
I have the one and only 24 karat gold Labubu.
You can't deny her star power. And can we also talk about fine-ass cutie pie Nic? The way he uplifts her publicly, it's giving healthy love. It's giving I don't care what her skin color is. It's giving this is my queen, whether she's black, white, or indifferent. She's my queen. And can I just say, can I have more of that in my life? The game had a prize attached, but it looks like Nic has the real prize, honey. And I have always said, girls, ladies, soon to be women, you are the prize. So what do you think? Would you tune in if Olandria twirled onto Bravo? Let me know in the comments. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Twirl or toss. If it slays, it stays. If it's giving overhyped, overdone, or just plain unnecessary, girl, listen, it is out of here. Now listen, only Cardi B can turn a court appearance into an album rollout. I'm not even mad at it. It's called hustling with a capital H. One day she's walking out of a courthouse, the next day she's selling 5 different versions of her album cover in the streets of Harlem. And not like, what's the name of that song? Boots on the Ground. Is this Boots on the Ground? Are we like flipping the actual name of the album? It should be Boots on the Ground. Boots on the ground. Where my fans at? Like, really? This is a boots on the ground approach to hyping up her album. Now, are we twirling for the genius of it all? Or are we tossing this for doing too much? Do you really need 5 covers for the same album? Or is one enough? Do you need 5 men or is one enough? Please, somebody tell me. Here's my take. Cardi is a marketing genius. She knows how to get her people talking, and she knows how to make her fans feel like they're part of a movement. But at the same time, I'm not sure if my credit card is ready for all 5 versions. I mean, is it a different price per version? Do you have to download each and every different album cover, which means I have to pay Cardi 5 different times? I'm not sure about that. I just want to pay once. Okay, just kidding. I just want to pay one time. So let's break it down together. Cover 1, Glam High Fashion Collector's Edition. Twirl, honey. Twirl. It is inspiring. So gorgeous, so epic, so editorial. It is captivating. It is mysterious. It is gorgeous. That red, those heels, that pose, that tattoo showing, the crows or whatever kind of birds they are, the blue background, it is giving, honey. It is giving. It's slayed. Absolutely a twirl. Cover 2, Court Inspired Chic. Now, this is like the 4 different versions of her on the stand, like giving her best Phaedra impression, like with all these different random faces. Let me go back to something. Do you guys remember when Naomi Campbell had to do community service and she turned it into her own personal freaking fashion runway, and she was wearing a Alaya every day, honey? She was outside getting garbage off the street, and honey, in a Alaya and 12-inch heels and hair slayed. Every day was, I needed to rush to the television set because I really needed to see what Naomi Campbell was going to wear to her to pick up garbage outside. And she slayed. Cardi, she looked great at court. But do I really want to buy an album cover with her like making 4 different expressions? It's a toss. It's got to go. Now, cover 3, special edition. Girl. Woo! I just got to chill. If you're a super fan, it's a twirl. The vibrancy of the photo alone, her beautiful makeup, the artistic value in it, it is the epitome of editorial. It is the hand on the head, the creepiness of it all. Like, it is so stunning. The colors alone, the neon appearance of the album, it just jumps out right at you. So it is a twirl. Honey, her in the street in Harlem, in the tennis shoes and the album cover with the red hair. It's giving Kenya outside of Kenya Moore Hair Spa, giving out flyers, okay? Please patronize us. But either way, the woman is selling, and we are buying it, honey. You did that, Cardi. You did that. So drop your favorite Cardi cover in the chat. Are you buying them all or just sticking to one? I want to know, please. Now, darling, it's time for reality tea, where my shade is light and the love is loud and the gossip is always brewed hot. And my accent gets worse every single time. Darling, but we don't care because I look good. Let's sip on my girl, Karen Huger. There was a little back and forth about some alleged beef with Giselle, but Giselle came right out and said, Karen ain't cut out for jail. And honestly, that's not shade, that's facts. You have a full staff at home, you have housekeepers, you have credit cards, you have unlimited resources, you have wigs that you need to wear every day. You can't wear a wig in jail. Karen is all about her wigs. How is she going to be cut out in jail? Now, unless in jail, she was running the girls. You know what I'm saying? But Karen, this is what I need to know. Can I get that exclusive? Because I'm your girl, Karen. You know, I've always said you were a great fit for Real Housewives of Potomac, and I mean that. I've always shown you love, and I'm your girl. So, bottom line, when you went to your jail cell at night, was it bunks that were side by side, or were they double bunks, like top and bottom? Because Karen, I need to know, are you a top or a bottom? What? I'm not trying to be shady. I just want to know, are you a top or a bottom, Karen? You can tell your girl. Wink, wink. I know you lived through the 70s, girl. I know you lived through the 70s. I know you had a wild lifestyle. Top and bottom. Just let the people know. Okay, listen, child. If I had to do a bid, I already know what my setup would be. Silk sheets, a silk pillowcase for this glorious hair, a glam squad on call, chef prepared meals, and a Wi-Fi strong enough to stream my favorite shows, including Karen on Potomac. That's the kind of lockup I could survive. And a hot shower and a bathtub, okay? I need to take a bath at least once a week, okay? A hot, steamy shower and a bathtub. And I'm not talking about somebody spitting on you or spitting on their fingers. Okay, that's too much. That's too much. She's going crazy. I just need to know what kind, we already talked to Teresa on Girls Trip, and she told us the best thing she liked about being in prison was the food. And I was shocked, like the food, people say the food is like dog crap, like slop. But clearly Teresa Giudice liked it, and I thought that was so funny and endearing, and of course it's Teresa. So Karen, I need to know, you and I, let's talk about it. Were you a madam? Did you have a Did you learn how to use a homemade shank? I just need to know, because for some odd reason I know how to do all of those things. Y'all forget I'm from Detroit. I got a shank around. Just let me show you. No, just kidding.
It's in the drawer now. It's in the drawer.
It's in the drawer. It's in the drawer. I'm going for it. I'm going for the drawer. Somebody stop me. Karen, talk to your girl. Meanwhile, over in Atlanta, the casting tea is boiling hot, child. And guess who spilled it first? Well, kind of, like I alluded to. I didn't give you the names. But you knew what you knew from what I knew. Anyway, let's just say the drama is already starting, and Angela, my girl, unfollowed K. Michelle on Instagram. Do people still do that? Like, do people still unfollow each other? I think that's so childish. And in fact, I wouldn't even let you know I didn't like you that much. I would just put you on mute. Mute. Literally, because then I'm showing you I don't really care about you that much. I won't get to see you, and you won't get the privilege of saying that I blocked you or I unfollowed you. Angela unfollowed K. Michelle on Instagram during the very first cast trip. Child, not even one season in, and the shade is shady. Now, the big question is, will this new lineup breathe new life into the Housewives, or will it feel too much like too drastic of a change? You tell me. Personally, I'm rooting for the fresh energy. Atlanta deserves a shakeup, and I think these women could really bring it. But I'll let you decide. Are you excited for the new era of Housewives? New era, meaning you will never get the old back? Or are you side-eyeing the reboot? Or do you want like a mixture? Do you want some of the OGs and some of the new girls that you like? You sound off here in the comments. And are you twirling for new cast or waiting to see if they deliver? I want to know. Let your girl know. Drop it in the comments. Let's bring it back to center, because sometimes there's more to say. There's been so much conversation online about the pretty tax. Who gets celebrated, who gets defended, and who gets dismissed. And as a brown-skinned woman, as a former Miss USA, and as someone who lived through years of being cast as the villain on Housewives, let me tell you, I know what it feels like to be on the other side of that thread. Look at Olandria and Shelley from Love Island. These two women carried themselves with grace, class, dignity. They weren't messy. They weren't ghetto. Because they stood their ground, they were labeled mean girls. Because they spoke their truth, they were labeled mean girls. Because they were vocal when someone crossed them or did them dirty, they were labeled mean girls. That's the double standard. The confidence that gets praised in someone else becomes threatening when it comes from us. You're the angry black woman. When I won Miss USA, I didn't fit the mold they wanted. And honey, that was 30 years ago. Imagine 30 years ago being a brown-skinned, undeniably black woman on a stage with nearly 50 other women, right? I was a brown-skinned black woman who walked with confidence and even with a crown on my head. People still found ways to tear me down. Later, when I joined Housewives, I showed up with that same strength, that same energy, that same confidence, and suddenly I was a villain. I spoke my truth, I said what I said, and I didn't back down from a fight. Others could scream, throw glasses, and walk away beloved. Me? I was assertive, and that was enough to paint me as the problem. Now, I'm not completely saying I was innocent, 100%, but damn it, did I deserve the label? So here's what I want every brown-skinned woman watching to hear. You are not the villain for standing tall. You are not the villain for being comfortable in your own skin and comfortable in who you are and comfortable in staying with your truth. You are not the villain for demanding and earning respect. You are not the villain for loving yourself out loud. Don't shrink. Don't apologize. Don't let them dim what God already crowned. If they insist on calling you the villain, flip it. Because villains only scare the people who underestimated them in the first place. And remember, a crown doesn't silence critics. It proves you were already chosen. Listen, the crown can change. The cast can change. The covers can change. When you write your own story, life twirls on. And if they didn't know, they know now. So thank you for joining us on this amazing episode of Life Twirls On, honey, because you know from watching me that I'm going to speak my truth, and I want you to go out and speak your truth too. Be authentically who you are. And if your haters don't like it, then they can twirl on. Now twirl, 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 twirl.